Imagine waking up one day to find that your entire worldview has been turned upside down. That's exactly what happened to Elon Musk, the tech mogul known for his groundbreaking innovations and futuristic vision. In a revelation that's sending shockwaves through both the tech and spiritual communities, Musk claims to have had a life-altering encounter with Jesus Christ. But what did Jesus say to him? And how will it change the future of Tesla, SpaceX, and the world as we know it? Picture this. Elon Musk, the tireless innovator, finally collapses into bed after another marathon day at Tesla headquarters. His mind races with electric car designs and Mars colonization plans as he drifts off to sleep. But tonight isn't like any other night. As Musk's consciousness fades, he suddenly finds himself standing in a dark, misty forest. The familiar hum of machines is replaced by an eerie silence. Towering trees with gnarled branches stretch endlessly in every direction, their leaves rustling despite the lack of wind. The air feels thick and heavy, carrying the scent of damp earth and something otherworldly. Musk blinks, trying to make sense of his surroundings. This can't be real, he thinks. It must be a dream. But everything feels so vivid, so present. He can feel the soft moss beneath his feet and the cool mist on his skin. The logical part of his brain struggles to explain what's happening. As he takes a tentative step forward, a twig snaps underfoot, shattering the silence. The sound echoes through the forest, sending a shiver down Musk's spine. He turns, half expecting to see someone or something behind him. But there's only darkness. Then, in the distance, a faint glimmer catches his eye. It's barely visible at first, like a star peeking through clouds. But as Musk watches, the light grows stronger, cutting through the mist like a beacon. It's warm and inviting, yet somehow impossible. Drawn by an inexplicable force, Musk moves towards the light. With each step, the forest seems to part before him, revealing a narrow path. The light grows brighter, more intense. It's almost blinding now, but Musk can't look away. As he reaches the edge of a small clearing, the source of the light is finally revealed. Musk's jaw drops. His mind reels. Standing before him, radiating an otherworldly glow, is a figure he never expected to see. It's Jesus Christ himself. The realization hits Musk like a bolt of lightning. This can't be happening, he thinks. It defies all logic, all scientific explanation. Yet here he is, face to face with the central figure of Christianity. Jesus smiles warmly, his eyes filled with infinite wisdom and compassion. When he speaks, his voice resonates with a power that shakes Musk to his core. "Elon," Jesus says, "I've been waiting for you." Musk stands frozen, unable to speak. 1,000 questions race through his mind. How is this possible? Why me? What does it mean? As the tech visionary grapples with this impossible reality, he can't help but wonder, is this the moment that will change everything? As the forest clearing fell silent, save for the gentle hum of divine energy, Musk's eyes locked with those of Jesus. In that moment, the line between the physical and spiritual worlds blurred. What would the Son of God reveal to one of the world's most influential innovators? Jesus stood before Musk, radiating an otherworldly light. His presence was both awe-inspiring and comforting, a stark contrast to the dark forest surrounding them. Musk couldn't help but notice the warmth emanating from Jesus' eyes, filled with infinite compassion and wisdom. The air around them seemed to shimmer with an inexplicable energy. as if the very fabric of reality was bending in the presence of divinity. Musk's scientific mind raced, desperately trying to make sense of what he was experiencing. How could this be real? Was he hallucinating? Had the stress of running multiple companies finally caught up with him? Yet the vivid details of the encounter, the soft glow of Jesus' robes, the earthy scent of the forest floor, the gentle breeze carrying whispers of divine presence, all felt too real to dismiss. As Musk grappled with this internal conflict, Jesus broke the silence. His voice, resonating with power and gentleness, uttered words that would forever change the course of Musk's life. "Beloved children, I bless you." The simple phrase washed over Musk like a wave of pure love, instantly calming his racing thoughts. Still, the tech visionary couldn't shake his initial skepticism. He had built his career on logic, reason, and scientific advancement. How could he reconcile this supernatural experience with everything he thought he knew about the universe? The cognitive dissonance was almost painful, threatening to tear apart his carefully constructed worldview. Yet, as Jesus continued to speak, Musk felt a strange sense of peace settle over him. It was unlike anything he had ever experienced, a tranquility that seemed to defy all logical explanation. This feeling echoed the biblical promise of peace that surpasses all understanding, a divine assurance that went beyond mere words. As their conversation unfolded, Musk found himself hanging on every word. Jesus spoke of love, compassion, and the responsibility that comes with great power and influence. He challenged Musk to think beyond technological advancements and consider the moral implications of his work. With each passing moment, Musk felt his perspective shifting, expanding to encompass a reality far greater than he had ever imagined. The weight of this divine encounter pressed upon Musk's shoulders. He sensed that he was on the cusp of receiving a profound message, one that would not only change his life, but potentially alter the course of human history. What mission did Jesus have in mind for him? How would this spiritual revelation impact his companies, his innovations, and his vision for the future? As Jesus prepared to share his life-changing message, Musk found himself torn between excitement and trepidation. He knew deep in his soul that nothing would ever be the same after this moment. The man who had always looked to the stars for inspiration now found himself face to face with the divine, about to receive a cosmic download that would bridge the gap between science and spirituality. Little did Musk know that this encounter would set him on a path to revolutionize not just technology, but the very way we approach innovation and progress. The fusion of his brilliant mind with divine guidance was about to unleash a new era of ethical advancement that would change the world forever. In a twist that even Musk's brilliant mind couldn't have predicted, Jesus was about to entrust him with a task that would shake the foundations of modern business ethics. What if the key to solving humanity's greatest challenges lay not in advanced algorithms or rocket science, but in ancient wisdom reimagined for our digital age? Jesus looked at Musk with eyes that seemed to peer into his very soul. "Elon," he said, his voice resonating with divine authority, "I have chosen you for a special purpose." Musk felt a shiver run down his spine. This wasn't just a dream or a hallucination, it was a calling. Jesus continued, "Your innovative spirit and influence in the world of technology make you uniquely suited for this mission. I want you to bridge the gap between spiritual wisdom and technological progress. Musk's mind raced, trying to grasp the enormity of what Jesus was asking. "But how?" Musk asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "My companies are focused on electric cars and space exploration. How can I possibly incorporate spiritual principles into that?" Jesus smiled, his expression filled with infinite patience. "Remember my words, Elon. Love your neighbor as yourself. This commandment isn't just for individuals. It's a blueprint for ethical innovation." Musk's eyes widened as the implications began to sink in. What if Tesla's mission wasn't just about sustainable transport, but about creating a more compassionate world? What if SpaceX's goal of making humanity multiplanetary was driven by a desire to preserve and protect all of God's creation? The weight of this divine responsibility settled on Musk's shoulders. It wasn't just about making profits or advancing technology anymore. It was about reshaping the very foundations of how businesses operate. Jesus leaned in, his words carrying the weight of eternity. "You must work and act according to my will and lead a life blessed by my Holy Spirit. For without me, you are nothing." The message was clear. This new mission would require a complete realignment of Musk's priorities and values. As Musk grappled with the enormity of his task, he couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and fear. The potential impact was staggering. Imagine a world where the most innovative companies were also the most ethically driven, where technological advancements were measured not just by their technical merit, but by their contribution to human flourishing. Jesus gave Musk specific instructions for his companies. "Infuse your work with love and compassion. Let every decision, every product, every innovation be guided by the question, does this truly serve humanity?" Musk's mind was already racing with possibilities. Solar panels that could power entire communities in developing nations. AI systems designed to enhance human connection rather than replace it. Space missions focused on preserving Earth's resources rather than just escaping its problems. As the full scope of this divine mission unfolded before him, Musk felt a sense of purpose unlike anything he'd ever experienced. It was daunting, yes, but also thrilling. He was being asked to pioneer a new kind of innovation, one that merged the best of human ingenuity with timeless spiritual wisdom. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, Musk accepted his new purpose. "I'll do it," he said, his voice filled with determination. "I'll find a way to bring your teachings into the heart of my companies." Jesus nodded, his smile radiating divine approval. "Remember, Elon, this journey isn't just about changing your companies. It's about transforming your own heart and mind." As these words hung in the air, Musk realized that his encounter with Jesus was just the beginning. The real challenge lay ahead, turning this divine vision into earthly reality. With his encounter with Jesus still fresh in his mind, Elon Musk returned to his daily life with a newfound perspective. The man who once saw the world through the lens of circuits and rocket fuel now viewed his work through a prism of divine purpose. But how could he merge the cold, hard facts of science with the warm embrace of spirituality? Musk's first challenge came as he walked into Tesla's design studio. The sleek electric cars that once represented the pinnacle of human innovation now seemed incomplete. What if, Musk wondered aloud, startling his team, we designed our cars not just for efficiency, but for compassion? His engineers exchanged puzzled glances. Musk explained his vision. Cars that not only reduced carbon emissions, but actively purified the air around them. vehicles programmed to prioritize the safety of pedestrians and wildlife, even at the cost of minor inconveniences to the driver. At SpaceX, Musk's spiritual awakening led to an even more dramatic shift. The goal of Mars colonization took on a new dimension. "We're not just expanding humanity's reach," Musk declared to his astonished staff. "We're extending the scope of God's creation." He proposed a radical new mission: to transform Mars into a sanctuary planet, a place where endangered species from Earth could thrive and evolve, free from human interference. But integrating these lofty spiritual ideals into the hard-nosed world of tech proved to be Musk's greatest challenge yet. Shareholders balked at the idea of prioritizing ethical considerations over profit margins. Engineers struggled to quantify concepts like compassion and divine purpose in their designs. Musk found himself caught between two worlds. In quiet moments, he could almost hear Jesus' voice. "Remember, without me, you are nothing." These words pushed him to persevere, even as skeptics labeled him a zealot, and critics accused him of losing touch with reality. Yet, as days turned into weeks, something remarkable began to happen. Tesla's compassionate cars captured the public's imagination, with pre-orders skyrocketing. SpaceX's Sanctuary Planet project attracted support from environmental groups and religious organizations alike, opening up new avenues for funding and collaboration. Musk's companies became pioneers in a new field: ethical innovation. They proved that technology could serve a higher purpose without sacrificing progress or profitability. As news of this approach spread, other tech giants began to take notice. A movement was born, one that sought to align the relentless march of progress with timeless spiritual values. For Musk personally, this shift in thinking brought an unexpected sense of peace. The constant pressure to innovate faster, to push boundaries further, gave way to a more measured approach. He found himself asking not just, "Can we do this?" but "Should we do this?" His decisions, both in business and in life, now flowed from a place of deeper wisdom and compassion. As Musk stood on the precipice of this new era, he couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. What breakthroughs might arise from this fusion of science and spirituality? Could this be the key to solving humanity's greatest challenges? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: the world would never be the same. While Musk's encounter with Jesus had already begun to transform his worldview, there was one element of their meeting he had yet to fully comprehend. A tangible reminder of the divine, small enough to fit in his palm, big enough to alter the course of history. What secrets did this enigmatic object hold? As their conversation drew to a close, Jesus reached into the folds of his radiant robe and produced a small, shimmering object. He held it out to Musk, who hesitantly accepted it. The tech mogul's eyes widened as he examined the gift. It was a perfect cube, no larger than a die, yet it seemed to pulse with an inner light. Its surface was smooth and cool to the touch, with intricate patterns etched into each face, symbols Musk couldn't decipher, but felt drawn to nonetheless. "What is it?" Musk asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Jesus smiled enigmatically. "It's a reminder of our meeting and the mission I've entrusted to you. This object will serve as your compass, guiding you towards ethical decisions and spiritual growth." Musk turned the cube over in his hands, marveling at how it seemed to change color, depending on the angle he held it. One moment it shimmered like polished silver, The next it glowed with a warm, golden light. He couldn't help but wonder about its composition. Was it made of some otherworldly material unknown to science? As if reading his thoughts, Jesus continued, "The nature of this gift is beyond your current understanding, Elon. Its true power lies not in its physical properties, but in what it represents." Musk's mind raced with possible interpretations. Could the cube symbolize the perfect balance between technology and spirituality he was now tasked to achieve? Or perhaps its 6 faces represented different aspects of ethical innovation he needed to consider in his work? Jesus placed a hand on Musk's shoulder. "Carry this with you always. When you face difficult decisions or feel lost, hold it close. Let it remind you of the divine presence in your life and the responsibility you now bear." The weight of Jesus' words settled on Musk. This small object was now a direct link to his spiritual awakening, a constant reminder of his encounter with the divine. He realized that every time he reached for it in the future, he would be transported back to this moment, grounding himself in the mission he'd been given. "How should I use it?" Musk asked, his practical mind already considering the applications. "Let it guide your intuition," Jesus replied. "Before making important decisions, take a moment to hold the cube and reflect. It will help you align your actions with divine will and ethical principles." As Musk pocketed the gift, he felt a surge of energy course through him. This wasn't just a trinket or a souvenir. It was a powerful talisman that would shape his future. He knew that from this moment on, every choice he made would be influenced by the weight of this small cube in his pocket. The gift became a physical embodiment of Musk's new spiritual journey, a constant reminder of the divine guidance he'd received. As he prepared to return to his everyday life, Musk realized that this enigmatic object would serve as his anchor, keeping him connected to his higher purpose even as he navigated the complex world of technology and innovation. As Musk clutched the enigmatic cube, Jesus' expression suddenly turned grave. "Elon, there's something else you need to know. A vision of the future that will shake the very foundations of your world." What shocking revelation about 2024 was Jesus about to share, and how would it alter the course of Musk's life and work? Jesus' eyes locked onto Musk's, his gaze filled with both compassion and urgency. "In 2024, a pivotal event will unfold in the United States," he began. "It will be a time of great change, marked by miraculous healings in people's homes." Musk's mind raced, trying to process this information. Could his technology somehow play a role in these miraculous events? As if reading his thoughts, Jesus continued, "This isn't about your inventions, Elon. It's about spiritual preparedness." The weight of this prophecy settled on Musk's shoulders. He thought about his companies, his plans for the future. How would this event impact Tesla, SpaceX, and his other ventures? Would the world still care about electric cars and Mars missions in the face of widespread miracles? Jesus sensed Musk's inner turmoil. "Your role, Elon, is to help prepare humanity for what's to come. Use your influence to encourage mental and spiritual readiness." Musk nodded slowly, his brilliant mind already formulating plans. Could he develop apps or technologies to promote mindfulness and spiritual growth? Maybe create virtual reality experiences too? Help people explore their beliefs? "Remember," Jesus said, his voice gentle but firm, "I do nothing without revealing my plan to my servants. You are now one of those servants, Elon. Your mission is to spread this message and help others prepare." The enormity of the task ahead began to sink in. Musk realized that his companies, his wealth, his entire sphere of influence would need to be realigned with this new purpose. It was daunting, but also strangely exhilarating. How can I prepare people for something so miraculous? Musk asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Jesus smiled, a warmth radiating from him that seemed to fill the entire forest clearing. By reminding them of the sacredness of their everyday spaces. These miracles will happen in homes, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Help people see the holiness in their daily lives. Musk's mind whirled with possibilities. Smart home technology that created spaces for prayer and meditation. Community initiatives that brought neighbors together in spiritual unity. The potential was endless. As the full impact of the prophecy sank in, Musk felt a renewed sense of purpose wash over him. His companies, his innovations, they could all serve a higher goal now. He would use every resource at his disposal to help humanity navigate this coming change. "I'll do it," Musk said, his voice filled with determination. "I'll share this message with the world and do everything I can to prepare people for what's coming." Jesus nodded, his expression one of divine approval. Remember, Elon, this isn't just about the event itself. It's about fostering hope, unity, and spiritual growth in the lead up to 2024. The journey is just as important as the destination. As Musk contemplated how to share this prophecy with the world, he realized that his life had been forever changed. The man who once looked only to the stars for humanity's future now understood that the most profound changes would begin right here on Earth, in the hearts and homes of people everywhere. The weight of prophecy already rested heavily on Musk's shoulders, but Jesus wasn't finished. He had one more task, a call to action so massive it would require the participation of millions. Could the world's richest man really become a spiritual leader on a global scale? Jesus looked at Musk with eyes full of divine purpose. "Elon, I need you to organize a global act of devotion on the last day of July," he said, his voice resonating with celestial authority. "Gather people from every corner of the earth to pray, meditate, and connect with the divine." Musk's mind reeled. This wasn't just about running a company or launching rockets anymore. This was about mobilizing the entire planet for a spiritual event. Jesus continued, explaining that this gathering would serve as a prelude to the miraculous events of 2024. This act of unity will prepare hearts and minds for what's to come, he said. As the full scale of the task sank in, Musk felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. How could he possibly organize something this big? He'd have to use every resource at his disposal: social media, technology, his vast network of contacts. But even then, the challenges seemed insurmountable. "What if people don't believe me?" Musk asked, voicing his deepest fear. "I'm known for electric cars and space rockets, not spiritual leadership." Jesus smiled, his expression filled with infinite patience. "Your influence reaches far and wide, Elon. Use it to bring people together. Remember, where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them." As Musk contemplated the potential impact of millions joining in prayer and meditation simultaneously, he felt a surge of hope. Could this be the key to healing the divisions that plagued society? Might it spark a global awakening, preparing humanity for the miracles to come in 2024? The tech mogul's mind raced with possibilities. He could create a special app to coordinate the event across time zones, use his satellites to broadcast a unifying message to even the most remote areas, leverage his company's resources to provide infrastructure and support. But how would the world react to Elon Musk, the man known for his scientific skepticism, suddenly calling for a global spiritual gathering? He could already imagine the headlines, the social media storm, the debates that would erupt. Yet somehow, that didn't matter anymore. This was bigger than him, bigger than his reputation or his company's. With a deep breath, Musk made his decision. "I'll do it," he said, his voice filled with newfound determination. "I'll bring the world together for this act of devotion, no matter what it takes." As Jesus nodded in approval, Musk felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He realized that this event could change everything, not just the world's perception of him, but the very fabric of global society. It was a chance to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, to show that even the most rational minds could embrace the power of faith. Musk left that mystical forest clearing with a new mission, one that would challenge him in ways he never imagined. The man who once dreamed of colonizing Mars now set his sights on a different kind of frontier, the human spirit. As he began to plan this unprecedented global gathering, Musk knew that nothing would ever be the same again. The countdown to July's end had begun, and with it, a new chapter in human history. Imagine a world where profit and purpose align perfectly, where every business decision considers not just the bottom line, but the greater good. This isn't just a dream, it's Elon Musk's new reality. But how will Wall Street react when the tech titan declares that divine guidance is now steering his companies? As Musk strode into Tesla headquarters, his employees couldn't help but notice a change. There was a new light in his eyes, a sense of purpose that went beyond electric cars and sustainable energy. When he called an all-hands meeting, the air was thick with anticipation. "From this day forward," Musk announced, his voice steady and determined, "every decision we make will be guided by a simple question. Does this truly serve humanity?" The room fell silent. Some employees exchanged puzzled glances, while others leaned forward, intrigued. Musk didn't stop there. He unveiled a series of radical changes that would reshape Tesla from the ground up. The company would now prioritize affordable electric vehicles for developing nations, even if it meant smaller profit margins. Every factory would be required to implement extensive recycling programs and use only renewable energy. But it wasn't just Tesla feeling the ripple effects of Musk's spiritual awakening. At SpaceX, he announced a bold new initiative, Project Earth Guardian. Instead of just focusing on Mars colonization, the company would now dedicate significant resources to developing technologies to protect and heal our home planet. Not everyone was thrilled with these changes. Shareholders voiced concerns about profit margins. Some board members whispered that Musk had lost his mind, but as the weeks passed, something remarkable began to happen. Tesla's new affordable electric car became a runaway success in India and Africa, opening up massive new markets. The company's commitment to sustainability attracted a flood of environmentally conscious investors. At SpaceX, the Earth Guardian project led to breakthroughs in atmospheric carbon capture technology, garnering worldwide praise and lucrative government contracts. Musk's other ventures weren't left untouched by this transformation. Neuralink shifted its focus from enhancing human capabilities to developing technologies to help those with severe disabilities. The Boring Company started working on underground networks for efficient, zero-emission public transportation in congested cities. As news of these changes spread, a global conversation ignited. Business schools scrambled to update their curricula, incorporating case studies on Musk's conscious capitalism. Other CEOs found themselves facing tough questions from employees and shareholders about their own ethical practices. The impact of Musk's spiritual transformation extended far beyond the business world. His companies became living examples of how technology and innovation could be harnessed for the greater good. Young entrepreneurs looked to him as a model, not just of success, but of purpose-driven leadership. But this was just the beginning. As Musk's companies continued to evolve, many wondered, could this new approach to business really change the world? And what other surprises did the tech visionary have in store? The answers to these questions would shape not just the future of industry, but the very nature of human progress itself. As we wrap up this incredible journey, we can't help but marvel at the profound impact of Musk's divine encounter. The tech titan who once looked to the stars for humanity's future now sees a higher purpose in his work. His companies have become beacons of ethical innovation, proving that profit and purpose can coexist. But what about you? Could spirituality reshape your own life and career? Imagine if every decision you made was guided by a higher calling. How might that change your world? As we look to the future, one question lingers. Will this fusion of technology and spirituality usher in a new era of human progress? Only time will tell, but one thing's certain. The world will never be the same. Are you ready for the revolution?